SportsBeat is powered by KSLSports.com.
Happy Sports Equinox, everyone. Thanks for staying up with us. Jeremiah Jensen and Sam Farnsworth with you for the next half hour. We look back on the first week of the Utah Jazz season and another dominant performance by the Utes.
Well, back in July when the Jazz made an offer to Bojan Bogdanovic, he said he took a look at the roster and got very excited to come to Utah. I think it's safe to say that after last night's win over the Kings, Jazz fans are very excited to have him in Utah, too. He missed Friday night's game in L.A. because of his sore ankle, but he was right back in the starting lineup last night, and he hit the floor smoking hot. Bogdanovic scored 23 of his 26 points in the first half alone. The fans weren't the only ones enjoying how he played either.
Might need to take a couple more games off if you're going to come back like that every time.
Bogdanovic straight down the barrel three, swish, and a huge fist pump the other way by Bojan Bogdanovic.
Yeah, I think it was hard for him to watch last night, just knowing that he could impact the game, and his teammates felt that too.
He's a big piece, and he's hot, and we kept finding him, and guys were being really unselfish and finding the hot hand, so it was fun to watch him tonight.
Well, Bogdanovic wasn't the only one hot from downtown. In fact, the Jazz as a team hit 13 three-pointers in the first half alone. That's a Jazz record for threes in a single half. Overall, 7 different players combined for 18 made three-pointers. The team shot 48% from downtown.
We kind of passed up open shots last game. I think now guys are starting to just take their shots and get in rhythm, and I think tonight showed that when guys start hitting, obviously Bojan being there definitely helped, but guys are starting to take the shots.
Tonight we just really moved it around the horn, got into the paint, and kind of started the blender, and everybody was really unselfish at that point, and shots were easy to fall.
Now, defensively, the Jazz were a headache for the Kings, who could only make 37% of their shots. And when the Jazz defense is clicking, Rudy Gobert told us that it also opens things up at the other end of the floor.
It comes with time. You have to work on it and have the will to do it, and then the good habits come. The good thing is defensively, I feel like we gained some really good habits, and now offensively, it's just it's just on us to try to make a play for each other, and some nice Bojan can score, some nice Donovan can score, some nice I'm going to score, and it's very hard to get out.
Seems like everything went the Jazz way last night, right? Well, this one wasn't so great, at least not for Donovan Mitchell. Just a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, turning Donovan's smile upside down in a hurry. Ouch.
All right, prayers up for Donovan Mitchell, by the way. Now time for the archive. We turn back the clock 35 years for the NBA debut of a future Hall of Famer. Jazz rookie John Stockton's first NBA game was on October 26, 1984 in his home state of Washington. Utah Jazz opened that season in Seattle against Tom Chambers, Danny Vrains, and the Seattle Supersonics. John came off the bench, had 4 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals in 17 minutes. His home debut was the next night against the San Diego Clippers. He had 6 points, 6 assists, and 2 steals in 16 minutes. It's hard to believe Stockton was a backup point guard for his first 3 years in the NBA, but he was willing to do whatever Coach Layden wanted him to do. All right, the Utes had another dominant win on Saturday.
And now they're moving up the national rankings. Show you where they're coming in at.
Look at that. Stop on the dive. Start again. Touchdown.
Whoop, what a play. Sly joins us and tells us why the Utes are clicking on both sides of the ball.
Von Scarborough going the other way. One of the best in the country, and Gerald Bryant does that.
Yeah, we'll take a look ahead to BYU's showdown with Utah State. It's all coming up next when SportsBeat returns.
The Utes climb in the national polls continues. They move up to 9th in the AP Top 25, 10th in the coaches poll after Saturday night's 35-0 win over Cal. It's the Utes' highest AP ranking since they were ranked 3rd on October 18th, 2015. LSU's now number 1 in the AP poll, the top 5 teams, undefeated at 8-0. Then there's the Utes among a group of 1-loss teams. That includes Oregon, who is now 7th. They moved up 4 spots after their close call against Washington State. The Utes should be higher, by the way. Both the Utes and Ducks still with a shot at the college football playoff if one of them wins out. Well, the Utes get better each and every week. Let's start with Zach Moss, who continues his brilliance and continues to break records. He rushed 17 times for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns, 6.8 yards per carry. Moss passed Del Rogers on the career rushing touchdowns list with 32 and number 33. He also rushed for 100 yards in a game for the 15th time. breaking a school record shared by Devontae Booker and John White IV.
Another record day for Zach Moss. Is there ever times on the sidelines when you're seeing him run that you just are like, wow, he's
a lot of times. Yeah, a lot of times. He's a special back. He's got the whole package. I mean, he's got a great skill set, and we're fortunate to have him, and fortunately he came back for his senior year.
Now to the defense, which put together arguably the best defensive game in school history. They handed Cal their first shutout in 20 years. It was the Utes' first shutout against a Pac-12 opponent since joining the conference. They allowed just 83 yards of total offense. That's the 5th fewest in school history. Cal ran just 4 plays in Utah territory, all on their first possession. They didn't get past the 37-yard line the rest of the game. Utah is the first team to shut out its opponent in the first half of 3 consecutive Pac-12 conference games. The Utes now first in the nation in rush defense, 3rd in total defense.
It's just we know what we're after. I mean, there's a lot of guys in the locker room that love playing for each other, love being with each other. We love the coaches, so I think it's just the fact that we know exactly what we're after, like I said before, and we're just trying to make sure that this season is special.
Speaking of special, then there's Tyler Huntley, a gutsy performance. Playing with that leg injury, 11 of 17 for 214 yards and a 40-yard touchdown pass to Brian Thompson. The Utes racked up 473 yards of total offense. Tyler continues to be one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the entire country. 5th in the nation in completion percentage, 6th in pass efficiency.
You know, we played a solid first half, and we figured that if we got out of that first drive, opening the second half, that we'd make a change. And you could see he still wasn't 100%, but you know, those guys are warriors. I mean, it's great to, that mentality they have, and the toughness is great to see, and it rubs off on the rest of the team.
All right, so we're going to talk about this latest victory for the Utes on their schedule against Cal yesterday. Stevenson Sylvester joining us now. And Sly, Coach Witt said after the game, this was as close to perfect as it can get. Offense, defense, they were doing it all yesterday.
Yeah, they are firing on all cylinders, especially Tyler Huntley. But let's highlight this touchdown to Brian Thompson. It is spectacular. You got 3rd down and 1. You've been running the ball great. What you see here is they load the box in and they just throw the touchdown up deep. But we want to know, how does Brian Thompson get so open?
Yeah.
And that's what happens here is Cal loaded the box. And they bet all on the run. They thought they were giving it to Zach Moss for sure. There's nobody at deep help, so you know it's 0 coverage. That's Tyler Huntley's first read. That's Thompson's first read. So Thompson knows I beat my guy off the ball, and I'm home free. They have that coordination built up, and it's awesome, easy. So what Thompson wants to do here is beat his guy off the ball from jump. This defender needs to know, where can I not get beat? You can't get beat to the inside. There's too much field. Force him to the outside, to the boundary right there. He doesn't. He jumps when Thompson jumps outside, so does he. Thompson gets the edge, gets by him, and this position here is where you don't want to be as a defender.
Game over.
You don't want to be there as a defender. Thompson beats him deep, and it's just touchdown for the Utes.
And as dominant as Zach Moss has been all year, the defense, man, national level, we're talking about how dominant they've been.
Yeah, they have been spectacular all year. They are number 1 in rushing defense, number 11 in passing defense, and number 3 in overall defense. They are just shutting teams down. And the reason why they do this is because they are effective on 3rd down. 3rd down, they forced Cal to 2 for 11 on their attempts on 3rd down, which just shut them down. They had nothing. That defense is so disciplined. Morgan Scalley and Coach Whittingham have put together great game plans all year. They're doing a great job on 3rd down, and that's how you stop them. That's how you want to get Zach Moss the ball so they can be effective. Another thing that you want to do is you want to have great rushing defense. These last few weeks, they've stopped this defense for 23 yards. Yeah. You can't win the game without running the ball, and that's exactly Cal was not able to. Here, Terrell Burgess does a great job of looking at the core and coming to balance and making a great play. Look at this here. Come to balance and look at the core. And he makes a great play right there. And that's exactly what you want to do, to get off the ball on 3rd down. But the last thing you want to do is time of possession. You want to have the ball. That's how you know you're in control. If you know you're in control, you have the ball. And Cal only had the ball for 22 minutes in that game. And they couldn't do anything. Max Tupai comes off the edge for free. They had the team in fits. And look, this is the sack that I want right there. It's just easy. So the Utah defense is helping. They're helping each other out. The offense is helping the defense out. The defense is helping the offense out. It is just chemistry at its finest. Utah defense is doing an amazing job.
Yeah, they were only on the field for 43 snaps yesterday. Next up, though, Washington next Saturday. We'll see how that goes. JJ?
Sione Fina!
Sigvon Scarper going the other way. One of the best in the country, and Gerald Bryant does that.
Opini running it left and running it right into the end zone.
Yeah, the rivalry continues in Logan Saturday night, 8 p.m. kickoff. BYU and Utah State playing for that old wagon wheel you see there. The Aggies have won back-to-back games in the rivalry. BYU wants to take that wheel back to Provo and end that streak. We will be covering the game all week. Weber State, the Wildcats, great, continue to roll. The fourth-ranked team in FCS went to the UC Davis and won 36-20, their fifth straight win. They're unbeaten in Big Sky play. Josh Davis became the 11th player in school history to reach 2,000 career rushing yards. They now visit Sac State on Saturday. The Hornets head coach is former Utah offense coordinator Troy Taylor. All right, the All-Star game is returning to Utah. Hear why Adam Silver chose Salt Lake City over other bids.
And today is the sports equinox. What does that exactly mean? Well, we'll show you, and we'll show you this, because let's be honest, who can't get enough of it? SportsBeat coming back after this.
Ouch.
Oh, beautiful move again. Donovan went and rolled. Donovan inside. No. Jumped off a track.
Check out this move by Mitchell. So hard to guard in the open floor. Spin move, and then the athletic ability at the rim.
Short. The follow. Donovan Mitchell. This kid is special.
Indeed, we still have a big season ahead. Well, you might remember this. In 1993, All-Star Weekend was held at the brand new, it was 2 years old, Delta Center. David Benoit was in the dunk contest. Karl Malone, John Stockton, co-MVPs of the All-Star Game. As we celebrated the return of the NBA season this past week, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver also announced the return of the All-Star Game to Salt Lake City.
It's my honor to announce the 2023 All-Star Game will take place here in Salt Lake City.
When the game returns in 2023, it'll be the 30th anniversary from the last time it was in Utah, of course. The Miller family poured $125 million into an arena renovation 2 years ago with the goal of one day bringing the game back. Commissioner Silver said it was an easy decision choosing Utah.
One is the longevity of the Miller family in the NBA. That's certainly a consideration. The tradition of hosting big events and sporting events in Salt Lake City. And I think, frankly, the final piece was the renovation that Steve talked about to this arena, which puts it in the top tier arenas anywhere in the world. So I think the combination of all those things made it a very easy decision for the league to come back here.
Great clips of the week.
Hart just lost the man. Oh, and then put it into his own chin.
Can it get any greater than that one? This is a video I would watch on loop for hours all day long.
That's why you grow that beard. All right, SU's Carlos Baker, the catch while laying down. That's not easy to do. SU with a big win.
Well, you got to have one foot in, or in this case, one knee. San Jose State's Bailey Gaither somehow gets a hold of that ball and keeps the knee in for the touchdown. Hey, this is from the 3A Girls State Championship game. The golden goal, top shelf for the win and the title. Gotta love it.
Congrats to all the state champions for girls soccer this week. High school football playoffs continue this week. Thanks for watching.